Hello, 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 everyone watching. So this video, I'm definitely is gonna be shorter than the rest. So let me hurry up and get to it. Right now on my bed, you're gonna see all these books right here. These are what got me through this year and November and December of last year. These are what I call self-help books. And guess what? In Barnes& and Noble, they have a bargain price section. This is also a video in favor of Barnes& and Noble. I love you. I worked in Barnes& and Noble. I've been in Barnes& and Noble from 8 years old to now. I love Barnes& and Noble. Wherever I am, I'll be sure to find a Barnes& and Noble. It's something about that store. So we have bargain price. This is a $6.98. This is the forgiveness formula. And you know, some of these books could be like $20. All you do, you want a self-help book, you want any book, you want a journal, you want a sketchbook, go to the bargain price section. That's where I get my books from. I don't even go in the section where they have these self-help books for like $30 and stuff. I go straight to the bargain price section. So, okay, let's start off with this one. This is the forgiveness formula. I purchased this book because every time I move, it's like I'm trying to avoid. It's like I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to avoid taking the extra baggage with me from the move because I usually move for wanting a better environment. Most of my situations were roommate situations. So as I branched onto the next place, I would try to not carry on what occurred with me. So from 2012 to 2014, when I moved in August, I was trying to forget about, some of the feelings that I felt, the pain, the resentment, which I talk about in my memoir from the last video. I did not want to have resentment ruling me because if I carried on hatred in my heart for people that have done stuff to me, it's like they're winning. I'm not there anymore, but they're still in my mind, they're still in my nightmares. So I was in Barnes and Noble one day, and it's so funny. It's a pattern with me. Every time I'm about to move, I end up finding a Barnes and Noble randomly on the street, and I end up in the self-help section. So I wanted to let go of that situation. I was going to be moving, so I got this book. It was perfect. It said the forgiveness formula, and it talks about your past does not have to define your future. I wanted a new start, so I wanted to. They say forgive and forget, or forgive and don't forget it. I don't understand those terms. I just wanted to forgive so that I could move on. But that does not mean I would justify and carry on a relationship with these people that have wronged me. So as I was saying, sorry, the forgiveness formula, it was about how to, let me try to show you here, how to let go of your pain and move on with life. It doesn't talk about forgiving in a sense. People say, I'll never forgive, I'll continue to hold in a grudge. Because people believe that by forgiving, you are helping the person not take accountability for what they did. Forgiveness, it actually has to do with you. It doesn't really have to do with the other person too much. You could forgive and get closure so that you can advance in life without even uttering a word to the person. Because a lot of my problem was that when I was speaking to my mentors and counselors, I kept saying, I just want to express to them how much of an effect this has had on me. But with some people, you're wasting your breath. So I got closure by, in a sense, I didn't justify, but I evaluated their life, and I realized that how could I expect someone, which I talk about in my memoir, to respect my feelings and treat me in a certain manner when they were never taught it and they don't even know how to do it for themselves. It's like expecting a baby not to cry. They were never taught, so I had such high expectations. Well, they weren't even high expectations, but it was high for them. My basic expectation was to be respected as an individual, to be treated with consideration, if there's any issues to communicate. But to someone who was beat every time they tried to communicate in a foster home or something, I couldn't expect them to be able to communicate because they weren't right with themselves. But this woman, Kathleen Griffin, she talks about what this forgiveness actually means, how are we affected when we don't forgive, is everything forgivable, is there a time when it's too late to apologize, and how do we forgive ourselves? All of that it plays a part. I had to forgive myself because it was like I was angry at myself for letting these things happen. I was angry at myself because I felt flawed, like it was my fault. It was a series in my life. I was constantly a victim. But in a sense, you are a victim because you gravitate toward people in your future. You tend to graduate. Sorry, you tend to gravitate toward people that mimic their past, and people tend to gravitate toward what they know. In my gerontology class, he was talking about the types of personalities. He had abuser and victim. He had enabler and helper, and I'm going to do another video on that in my mental health series, but I'm also going to put it in my book. But this I would recommend to anyone who's trying to not let these people that or these situations define your future. You're trying to Your future should be different than your past, and by holding on to grudges, that past is inside you. They're winning. You need to advance and progress. You deal with it. You don't. It's easier said than done not to dwell, but to carry hate in your heart, it you end up hating the wrong people. For example, if maybe you were cheated on in a relationship, you end up carrying it with you and accusing your new partner. Your past is in your future, and it shouldn't be. So it's not justifying or dismissing what the person done. It's not letting what they done define you and take over you. I noticed a lot of the times I ended up acting exactly like the person that hurt me. And that hurt me even more because it's like I became that person. And it wasn't something that was good. But this book right here, Kathleen Griffin, Forgiveness Formula, it was of great help. Now, dun, da, da, da. This book right here, Everything Happens for a Reason. I love this book so much. When I moved out of the apartment, I was reading this book straight out of barnes&noble. I always say everything happens for a reason, so I picked it up. I was like $7.98 bargain price. I was like, everything happens for a reason. I was reading it in the street. I was like reading it on the bus. I was like, oh my god, I love this book. I really do. It's by Mira Kirshenbaum, and it basically talks about your perception. How, again, you could look at the glass half empty, or you could look at the glass half full. It all depends on you. In every situation, there is some sort of beauty. It's hard. A lot of people get so angry at me when I say this when something's going on. You don't really want to say it right away because you might anger the person, but let them cool off and then you hit them with, it was God's will or something. A lot of people say. As I said before, sometimes in this book, I remember it validates some of the stuff that I have said. It says that reasons things happen. I gotta get to this page quickly. It talks about the reasons things happen. I think that was like in the first few pages. It says All right, why everything happens. Everything really does happen for a reason. I can't find the page right now, and I'm trying to do this video quickly, but it has either to better you, of course. It also has to shed light on a negative situation you were in that you were content with, and it was trying to shed light that you should escape that situation, that it wasn't positive, which a lot of the time I had to realize. I kept saying, like, why did this friend desert me? It was not meant to be whatsoever. I was content with it, but didn't realize until later how toxic the relationship actually was. So sometimes you're like, why did we break up? Then you finally later evaluate the red flags of how deadly the relationship was or the situation was. I'm not even going to talk about it, but an incident that happened in December 2012 that led me to get my high school diploma and everything with urgency. That I was so distraught. I couldn't believe it happened to me, but it was like, bam. Like, after that, I had all these ideas. I wanted to move out and better myself already, but this really put a move on it. I got the diploma. I started working at the airport. Then I got the apartment. It just was like ding, 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 in a cycle. Like, once I was removed from that environment that I was kind of content with, I was able to see that it wasn't a good situation. I was able to progress. Sometimes you'll see that when your environment changes, you are able to progress, which is what happened to me. You just change as a whole. It's like that dark cloud is off of you. But this book right here, I love this book. Everything happens for a reason. Kathleen Griffin. This was the book I was reading on the train. This is the book I was just attached to it because I really live by this motto. Here we go now. We did forgiveness formula. We did everything happens for a reason. Look at this. Bargain price $7.98. Melody Beatty. Language of letting go. And as you can see, it has a monarch butterfly. This book right here. She was the author actually of Codependent No More. And she kind of focuses on the codependent relationship, which is an issue that I had. It's kind of, don't quote me on this, but my take on it is that codependent. So the person, your spouse, is dependent on your dependency on them. You kind of really lean on them toward validation and stuff, and they thrive on that, so they stay with you, and you thrive on being acknowledged, or sometimes you thrive on them neglecting you, and that's the codependency right there. Sorry, but this right here is good for narcissistic abuse survivors. Actually, it's not like codependent. I'm pretty sure codependent no more doesn't really have it like this. This is kind of, it has different days. It says book of meditation. So it'll have like, it kind of reminds me of Daily Bread. It's like this book of prayers that you read. It has dates. So January 1st, you read this when you wake up. Things to accomplish. Make New Year's goals. Dig within. January 2nd, set healthy limits. Today is June 3rd. So I'm probably going to go to June 3rd. Let's see what it says here. June 3rd, charity. We need healthy boundaries about receiving money. And we need healthy boundaries about giving money. Some of us give money for inappropriate reasons. We may be ashamed because we have money and don't believe we deserve it. We may belong to an organization that uses shame as a form of control to coerce us out of our money that the organization wants. We can get hooked into giving money to our children, family members, or friends because we have earned or unearned guilt. We also allow ourselves to be financially blackmailed, sometimes by the people we love. This is so true. I love you, Melanie Beatty. I really love you. This is really, really true. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but basically, this kind of seems like it was written in hopes to inspire and guide you through your journey day by day. So you start off with January 1st. Hopefully you bought it on January 1st, and it guides you with tips. So you should have taken this all in by the end. But then also in the back, it doesn't just have the dates there. It has like an index where when certain things are going on, it urges you to read it. So it has letting go in love, letting go of anger. So you read March 1st, which is letting go of anger. I like it. I like it a lot. The way she does. I think in the back she has like suicide numbers or domestic violence numbers. Very nice. Healthy relationships. No, I'm talking about suicide numbers. No, it's a publications number, but I really like her. I really do. Codependent no more. When I learned of that term codependency, it sounded so much like me. It's a toxic thing. It's like they thrive off of your needing them for emotional validation and feeling content. You're feeling content. Me, I was on the opposite. I was feeling content because of someone else. And the person basically thrived on that. With the narcissistic tendencies and everything. Codependency means it goes both ways. One is more of you're both dependent on each other. It's both toxic. But I just consider myself on the weaker side because I wasn't the one dishing out the abuse, really. But then actually, you're both dishing out the abuse with the constant phone calls. You want to be in center of attention. I was doing needy things. But it's very interesting because with the codependency, it's not really one person's evil, one person's evil. You both play a part in it. So, Melanie Beattie, Language of Letting Go. I brought this. My bag was so heavy when I started going back to school after being sick and everything in December. I went back with full force. I had Everything Happened for a Reason, and I had this one, Melanie Beattie, Language of Letting Go. Forgiveness Formula, that was mostly 2014 for me. But I had these two with me. Let me get a thumbnail. I had these two with me all the time. Like, these are heavy, guys. Look how heavy this is. But I had these two with me. Look at this, $7.98. Original price, how much? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's not $7.98. So I got these in barnes&noble. Another one, Richard Carlson, PhD. You Can Be Happy No Matter What. These books, guys, I mean, you should have seen it. They were by my bedside, stacked up over here. They were stacked up in the windowsill before I put my bookcase together and everything. These books, I had to have, they were like my medication, my antidepressant, my drugs or something. I decided to get a positive outlet. So in addition to my Barnes& and Noble saved me because Barnes& and Noble gave me the journal for $4 where I started expressing myself. And then boom, $7.98 for three books. So I was reading it all the time. This book talks about the 5 principles for true happiness. Principle of thought, moods, separate realities, feelings, and present moment. Stuck in a rut, feeling directionless, let happiness be your start to your journey. You can be happy no matter what. The same optimism. This is the book that I was looking for. Optimistic. It's all about your perception. When something happens, you can see the glass half empty or you can see it half full. And it's like when one door closes, another one opens. And what goes up must come down and vice versa. And I want to sound corny, like I'm trying to be the most perfect person. Like I'm in a false reality. I'm just rose-colored glasses. No, it's you tend when under distress to ignore the good things that are happening, which is a lot of the problems that I had. I was accomplishing so much, graduating, getting scholarships, and I almost forgot, I was invited to do studying abroad and shadowing medical doctors in China or Australia, I couldn't focus on the good because I was so caught up in the bad. You tend to forget what a sunny, beautiful day it is when like a car goes by and your whole outfit is drenched. You're not focusing on the sun looks nice. And who wants to do that? But these books aim to get you to, through everything bad, still be able to focus on what is good. I woke up today. I'm alive. I'm not starving in a third world country. You appreciate the good. And one thing I did, because this video is about tips of how I was able to make it through my depression. I still, it's not something that just goes away overnight. I'm just changing how I deal with it. You're still gonna encounter days where you're in pain. This is not a magic cure. This is just over time changing your cognitive. It's changing your thinking, the way you react to things. So in addition to my journaling, barnes&noble, books, barnes&noble, YouTube, this is how I started this channel, because I wanted to be like the people I was looking at. I started watching Iyanla Vivant, sorry, Fix My Life, and the things she was saying really resonated with me. I started watching Own Network, and I started watching videos of like Peace Corps type people that would go into the Philippines in the slums of Manila, I believe, and other fourth world countries, third world countries, poor countries in the hemisphere, and I would look at it, not to taunt them or think I'm better, but I would watch these things about disadvantaged areas, and then I would say, well, maybe I'm ungrateful. These flies. These flies. I would be like, maybe I'm ungrateful because look at how much I have. I would complain and complain and complain. And I'm like, some people don't even know where their meals are coming from. They don't know if they're going to be sexually assaulted at night. They're in a brothel somewhere, cast out by their family, genital mutilation. I started watching all these things, and then it allowed me to appreciate what I had. I'm here complaining about public transportation is crowded and late, and they don't even know what that is. They're traveling by foot 12 hours to the closest hospital. They have fistulas inside of them. The stuff I was watching, I was like, how dare I? How dare I? And that's when, through those things, I also realized I do want to do some type of outreach in another country, except I am afraid of planes. But my human services career won't only be in the United States, my mental health services, but I have a dream. I do want to give back to the United States, and I do also want to do like organizations across the globe. But these are things that helped me. YouTubers, I watched them, and I was inspired by them. I watched them when I wanted to move. I watched them move, and then it made me want to move. I looked at them decorate their apartments. I bought stuff for my apartment. I watched a lot of things on disadvantaged areas, and that fueled my passion to help and to appreciate where I was. But basically, these are the things that got me through. YouTubers, the self-help books, my journal, because I was not in any counseling at this time. Those are things that got me through. In addition to interacting with my family. With those days when I didn't want to interact with anyone, I did my reading. I brought my books everywhere. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube about how to get your business on foot, and the women, some of the richest women in the world I was watching, their process. They're like, you have to start from somewhere. A lot of inspirational things. So that's really what got me through. These books. Oh wait, because I'm gonna do a thumbnail. Sorry. I know y'all tired of me having unedited videos. Don't worry, I'll edit them. I'll edit them. But Barnes&noble, I love you. I even love working there. But here we go again. Is this the same person? Oh no, these people all remind me of each other. Healing the angry brain. I was holding a lot of anger inside me after the events that happened with me. I was angry, 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 angry. I was. I was like, you did this to me, and I was dreaming about it, and I resented them so much. I was talking about it to my family members about how much I hated the other one, and this is very interesting. I just saw something. It talked about how anger can manifest in your body and hurt you. I think. Yeah, anger can give you high blood pressure, frustration, what leads to the emotions. This book is by Ronald Potter Efron, I believe, like Zac Efron. Master's in social work, and he also has his PhD. That's what I aim to have, master's in social work. I may do master's licensed clinical social work, but right now I'm about to do my bachelor's in social work, and then I might take a little break. But this is good. And then we have the little pocket books right here. The little light, I can't even, or a little book of life. This one was $6.98, and it has inspirational quotes. So, one, we have listen to that calm, peaceful voice inside is the voice of your heart, which always has the most illumination to any situation. Every day, it just another reminder of being alive, something else to appreciate. Give somebody a hug and get hugged in return. I like that. 40. I love these books. It's like you feel supported, you begin to appreciate things. 100, something to bring light into your life. 100 foolproof ways to bring light into your life by Michaela Catherine. I'm sorry, the sticker is blocking it. Michaela Catherine. I'm so sorry. Michaela Catherine. Just type that in. A little book of like, oh, that's why it has all these stickers on it. Because it was marked down. The bookstore was closing down and they had the blowout sale. They had a blowout sale in addition to the already bargain price. So I was getting stuff for really cheap. Little Book of Light. Keep calm and carry on. We all seen those memes with the crown. And it has it. It has a little crown. So it caught my eye. And I was looking for anxiety books because I was really going through some anxiety. Anxiety about moving and uncertainty if I was going to be into another negative environment. I just was so negative. I was just expecting the worst, afraid of everything. So these books gave me information on grounding exercises, and it helps the worrisome, because with the anxiety you tend to worry. It helps that negative, constantly on edge worrying. So it says what you may be thinking. And then it says, now ask yourself, like you challenge what you're thinking. Can you remember a time where you anticipated a perfect result and it actually happened? Are there times in which a less than perfect outcome turns to be better in the long run? They try to help you pinpoint situations where the worst did not occur. You challenge the anxiety constantly being negative in the back of your mind. You challenge it. So, again, guys, this is just about self-book helps. Self-help books have helped me. My journaling and own network. And just watching other people and their experiences and watching them overcome way more than what I'm going through. It really helped me. So again, it's CollegeGyalYana. Thanks for watching. Until next time.